How you doing, guys? I'm Sean. Welcome to Rambles with my camera. Guys, today's video, I'm going to be showing you a wee step-by-step how I tweak a photograph. I know I've done a video on this before, but this is a different photograph, and I think that, you know, the different variations of the scene will actually help you get a grasp of what way I do this. So I'm going through my photographs and came across these wee series of images that I took in 2016, June 2016, and taken in Dublin, in Temple Bar. I was shooting a Nikon D3300, and I'm just looking at the lens there, 55mm, so I had my 18 to 55mm standard kit lens onto the camera there. So basically I was walking down the street, shooting some street photography, and I'll put the links up above to the video that I made on that day. So, and I came across this shot here. Basically what's happening there's a guy clearly having a drink, laying on the footpath. The guy standing there is actually from just to my left there's it's like a pub, maybe a club type thing there. So he's a member of staff. Not too sure if he's a bar staff or he could be a door steward, bouncer. And he came out and he was saying to the guy about, you know, move off the footpath because people were complaining. Now I have to give the guy standing his dues. He wasn't rude, he wasn't crude, and he wasn't aggressive in any shape or form, but he just wanted the guy off the footpath outside the premises. But your man was having none of it. He's just sitting chilled out here, blacked, like, you know, completely drunk. So I took this photograph here, and obviously I'm wanting to get a wee bit close because you don't know what way things can develop. Bear in mind, I'm only just observing. This has literally just happened. I took a first frame and I'm listening to what's being said and watching also. So next time, get a wee bit closer. And he said, come on, just move over to the far side there. Your man's still having none of it. And what I was noticed right away was his demeanour. It was almost as if, like, you know, he's just knocked your man out. Or, you know, knocked him onto the ground or just dropped him there. So I thought I could see there was a photograph in the making. I'm walking a wee bit closer again. Yeah, still the same 55. So I'm getting a wee bit closer and I'm approaching. And I like this shot here because it's almost as if like he has dropped him just out of his hand and the guy's coming down. Now, next shot, very similar type shot, but I think he's looking away. So I'd prefer this one here. And this is the one we're going to be working on. Okay, now, so obviously I've dropped it into Lightroom 5 here. The photograph, by the way, was shot in RAW. So this is what you're seeing straight from the camera. Now, what I do with it, I drop the highlights straight down. Now everybody has their own way of doing it. This is just my way. Drop the highlights straight down. I then go into the shadows and I'll just bring them up. Now I clearly see that that's way too bright. There's not enough shadows. So I start bringing that down manually, just looking to see there's not too bad. I hold over the white and in the shift key I hold it in and I double click and it goes up to 7. Hold it over the blacks, hold the shift key in, double click, 19. That's already starting to take shape. Now, next thing I'm going to do is clarity, bring it up to 7 roughly. 10 would probably be okay actually. Yeah, I'll probably keep it up to 10. Now that in itself is not too bad. Obviously I'm looking up here, I can clearly see it's way too bright. Obviously the sun shines down there and I'm in a dark street and you can see the sunlight coming through there, but it's a wee bit too bright up here and around. So I'm just going to start to changing that. So what I do is I go up to the graduated filter. Minus 14, maybe it's not enough exposure, and just bring it down 50. And you can always change this anyway. Shadows, possibly bring the shadows down a wee bit, probably down to 10. Now, so what I'm going to do is just grab this, see what the way it comes out. That's not too bad so far. Okay, so drag that down the corner. I'm going to go this corner here. I'm going to go down here again, left click, and just pull it up here. Just bring that up like that. If we look on large screen, a wee bit too dark, I think. Okay, so what I'm going to just do is, okay, so this here, go up to the adjustment brush. So I'm going to click on that, okay, and you can see that's 51. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it on up a wee bit. Just going to give it a wee bit of probably 23, okay. Shadows. Now I'm just going to have a wee look here and see what this look like. You can clearly see it's just lifting it up the wee tiny, because it did go a wee bit too dark Now, I could have went back over all the wee graduating filters and reduced them slightly down, but we haven't got time for that, so we're just going to be reducing my thing size down here. Okay, let me see this here now. Not looking too bad. I'm going to bring a wee bit of, so I'm going to click a new brush here. I'm going to bring this just down slightly. Okay, so I'm just changing the exposure, and I'm going up to the, the foliage up at top. And I'm going to hit the brickwork here. And this is all just, using your own eye just to clearly see what you want to do with it. Now, I'm just being careful that I don't hit either of the guys there. Now, obviously, bring that on in like that. Okay. You just take that on in. Woohoo! I wouldn't do that in a bouncer. Go behind him and... Okay, so that's not too bad at all. And... right down there. And as I say, this is all just... and it's over here. And I think this is a wonderful thing about Lightroom, that you can actually mess about with it. I used to spend hours and hours. I've never done colour in the darkroom. I always do black and white, and you spend hours and hours just to get the print right. And here you can really just, mess about with yourself. And I think the object is you're just trying to get. There's no use me going the top of his trousers, or if you look up here where the brightness is, this is a shadowed area. And you're trying to really, just be it as lifelike as possible. And look, I'm happy with that nicely. I might try and enlarge it a wee bit just up here again with a different brush again. So I'm clicking on new. Now remember, you can always just undo this. I'm going to reduce this down slightly. 24. Just curious to see. I'm going to bring a wee bit of shadow in. There. And you can... that's a wee bit right there, yeah. And basically, I think that's starting to take shape. And all I'm really doing, I'm just building up the shadows in the hope that I don't go too mad. And just doing wee short dashes here, because what you can do is you can hit, you can actually go up into the edit and undo, add brush stroke. You can click on that and that will do the last wee brush stroke. So it's always good. I know different people would be sitting going, constantly holding the left key in and going the whole way right round. But my problem is that if you make a bit of a mistake, if you undo that, then you're going to undo everything. Look guys, that's sitting looking okay. So I'm going to click done here. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to bring up the contrast slightly, just to see what we're having. We're taking up now, not too much. Okay, and I'm going to bring up a wee bit of the exposure, just to bring it up also. So remember, build up the shadows. And all I'm doing is just bringing it up a wee bit more. It's probably a bit too much there. It's not looking too bad. I've got the clarity at 10. Might bring a wee bit of saturation in. Have a look at that. And I think all in all, that's looking dead on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to finish this off like that. I go into, I've got the next collection. Okay, so what I'm going to do is edit in, Color Effects Pro 4. Now what it's going to do is, okay, you get an option there, file format. There's no use going in TIFF here, because basically if I done a TIFF file, it'll probably be nearly 100 megabytes. It'll go up till, so it's only for YouTube. So what I'm going to do is JPEG, click edit, and obviously it's going to open up in my previous thing, I have just a wee template there with a nice wee black line going around it with a wee white border trim. I think just frames it nice, you know. So that's it. Looking at that now, as possibly everybody's screen resolution is going to be different. Possible, I might just give it a wee bit more of a lift of exposure, bringing it up a wee bit more. But I'll see what it's like here in a second. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Here we go. So guys, I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, do you see what I mean about the wee white frame around it? I think it just frames it lovely. And guys, I want to thank you all so much for your support and your comments, your likes, and it really means it an awful lot when you're saying you're really getting a lot out of these videos. And I'm encouraging you more to get out and about, never mind worrying about the gear. I think that's it. Nice wee white trim around it, and that's the story. That's how I tweak it. I'm sure if I was really going to be making a print out of it, I would have been taking a wee bit longer with it. But just give me a gist. It's certainly usable, and I hope you've enjoyed that. Guys, listen, thanks very much for watching. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe and give the video a wee like, and help me get the message out there. Please consider sharing it or dropping a link to one of your friends who's into photography or one of the forums, and it'll be great. And just get out there, take some photographs, and remember, you can't make any mistakes. We're all learning. We're all students of photography, no matter how long we're at it. And guys, thanks again for watching. Send you love from Ireland, and happy days.